like I had mentioned, right now we are in the capstone uh, project, as the case may be. This is more or less an assessment to assess our learning so far. Majority of the people that have given feedback has said yes, they are good, and this is nothing far from what we've done so far. What we've done so far. Um, this is just another domain. This is a human resource HR data set, right? And we have this data comprising of employee employee data, employee information, right? And it's very. I just love this data so much because it has a lot of things. It has a lot of information, and has a lot of things we'll be doing and that can be done with it. As a matter of fact, we would when we get to Power BI, even Power Query, well, Power BI works in tandem with Power Query. When we get to Power BI, we're going to also create a dashboard with this data. Yeah, so it's very interesting stuff. So this is the data sets. There are 1471 1471 rows here, and yeah, so we have this data to work with. um, from the onset. So I think there is a documentation that was shared. I'll just oh boy, where is it? 1 second. I can't find it again. Oh, no. Okay, so just read through. Remember, the whole idea is for you to be able to like apply for. I mean, apply your skills to any field. I know I was accosted by someone for just using sales data. So this is HR data. There will be other data sets too. Perhaps one thing we can do, you could you could state your area of interest. Some people want to apply this to the medical field. Some people want to apply this to that's to health, public health, um, engineering, sales, whatsoever. If you have that interest, you can reach out to me, or you can just post it on the WhatsApp group, your area of interest, and I'm going to source for data sets for you to work with. Okay? And in your practice, as you practice more, you get to do stuff. I'll also share YouTube links with you that would really help you, like outside this learning, to upskill, right? So about this data, HR analytics, about data sets. This data set is a comprehensive resource for HR professionals, data analysts, and machine learning enthusiasts. It includes anonymized employee data designed to help organizations analyze attrition rates, performance metrics, workforce demographics. It is particularly useful for exploratory data analysis, predictive modeling, and dashboard creation. Okay, now the target audience: HR, data scientists, academics and students for learning research purposes, business analysts for workforce. Also to mention, please, these tasks I'm giving you, like we mentioned, they are real life tasks, and they would help build a portfolio. So do not just discard them. Try to do them well. And yes, all the assignments so far are being compiled, and then there will be collective feedback at the end. And when you do this, you could also reach out to me to schedule time sessions for one-on-one reviews. I know I feel like some people may want to reach out on one-on-one basis, right? So this would help you. This project would help you build your portfolio. Most times in interviews, one is asked, "Oh, can you share with us something you've done before?" And when you're able to show them good quality analysis you've carried out before or what you've done, they would they would. I mean, it's fail proof. It's more or less to impress them on, oh, you did this. How did you do this? And you're showing them, and they're like, oh, when can you resume? You know. Okay. So we have this data talking about attrition, okay, creation, dashboard creation, employee risk assessment, and so on. Features colon ID age da, 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 da. Basically information on the data set. So here's our data set here. If you notice, there were strangely so many sheets. There were up to five, I guess. One, two, three, four, five. And I would help you understand that better. So if you remember, when you get your data, when you get a data set, the first thing you want to do is ensure the data, go through the data, typically column by column, to be sure the data this data looks really clean. It looks actually really clean. However, you do not want to assume. So you want to go column by column, understanding first name, last name, gender, understanding the whole, what the data is saying. This is age, business, travel, department, kilometers from home, distance from home in kilometers, state, ethnicity, education field. Then notice something. Notice this education is in numbers. What are these numbers? Why? What is 45321? Right. Now for that, there is a sheet here called educational level. So education and educational level. Oh, let me zoom in. So you have 1 to 5. 1 for non-formal qualification, high school, 3 bachelors, 4 masters, and 5 doctorates. Okay, so if we go back here, you find here it's marked to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So who can tell me what we can use to bring that data here? Anybody? Random answer. We have educational level here as an ad hoc document, and then we have a column for education with numbers. So we wouldn't want to prepare a dashboard with numbers, rather we would want to map the educational level here. So we're going to use the lookup, VLOOKUP, okay, educational level ID. So with VLOOKUP, looking at these numbers, we'll be able to map the correct educational level to the master sheet. Okay, so we have education field, the field of study, and then we have the job role. Yeah. Marital status, the salary. We have stock option level. What is that? So we check our sheets. We have a sheet for yeah, okay, it doesn't apply. Stock option level could mean something. You could research online for whatever that means in HR or not. No. over time. Yes, no, this is real, very realistic information. Hire dates, date of hire, date of hire, attrition. You find out what attrition is. Like, attrition is like resignation. How many years at company? Years, years in most recent role. Years since last promotion, and years with current manager. Yeah, so we also have these sheets for educational level. You map it to the main sheet. So that rather than it's showing 1 to 5, it's showing the educational level, non formal. Yeah, because if you're preparing like a dashboard or current analysis, and then you don't want to say, oh, how many, what's the percentage of those that studied masters, that have master's degrees or doctorates or high school, da, 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 da. If you're using 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I mean, if you're presenting this outside, who is gonna know what it is? What is, so you just want to map it. We also have a sheet for performance rating. Oh, this is so nice. This is like for appraisal. Performance rating 1 to performance ID. You have the staff ID here, and environment satisfaction, job satisfaction, relationship satisfaction, training, work life balance. So different ratings. You could choose to add an additional column for average rating, perhaps average of each for each person and all, and then map it. So you have the, if you remember in VLOOKUP, in lookup, for you to be able to like import a value into another sheet, import the data from one data source to another, you need to have a common what we call a primary key, that is a column that is common and unique to each other. So this is one, employee ID. Employee ID is always unique. Names could be the same, but employee ID is always unique, right? So we have employee ID here. So with employee ID here, we can be able to link maybe a column from here to our sheet, to our master sheet. Yes, we also have rating level. So rating ID, you have rating level ID 1 to 5, unacceptable, needs improvement, exceeds expectation, above and beyond. So I guess it has to do with appraisal. So let me see if there is anything here called rating. No, there is nothing. So interestingly, you could look into this. Oh, so yeah, so this is performance rating. This sheet is performance rating. So you have different ratings for different sectors. Like here we have sorry, it's small. Environment, job, relationship, training opportunities taken, work life balance, self and manager. Typically one could get the average of this, right? And maybe to 1 decimal place. And from this you now let's call this average rating. You can now use the rating level between 1 to 5 and map this to the rating sheet. So map this to this other sheet. Do we have?
I
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Tell me. Hope, are you saying something? Okay, I'm sure that's a mistake. Okay, so we could call this, what is this here? Rating level. So, rating level. So if we do a VLOOKUP or an XLOOKUP of this rating, this comma this, and then we go to the rating sheet and look up this value and return the rating. Oops, not applicable. A Perhaps because it's not a whole number, it's speaking as a decimal place. So let me add a function called round. So round to, okay, maybe round up. Round up is round number of digits. One. See, it did not work. Okay, so we can also do, I think exact match may not work here since in decimal, so we can do approximate match. Look up this, return this. If not found, nothing. Exact match. Exact match on next smaller item, or next larger item. I'm not even sure. Next smaller item. So yeah, there we go. Then we have the ratings here. So approximate match is what is used here. So let's see. Oh my. 3 is meets expectation, 4 is meets expectation. No, that shouldn't be so.
I think you need to lock some cells.
No, I don't think that is necessary here. It's not in the cells. The cells are okay. So it's in the formula. So exact match on next smaller item, no. Exact match on next larger item is what I should take. Oh, I don't think so. Let's see. Exceeds expectation, below expectation. 2 needs improvement. Yeah, that makes more sense. Round. Oh no, yeah, round. Let me see if this would work. Meets expectation. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, so this makes sense. So 3 meets expectations, 4 exceeds expectation, 2 needs improvement. Yeah. So your normal, nothing deep needs to be done here. Just So I added a formula that rounded it up to a whole number. It gave the error because it was in decimal place, that the average was in decimal place. So all I did was to look it up, round up to 0 decimal places, the average of all this. Yeah, and then let me use VLOOKUP this time. VLOOKUP, look up this value. Where do I look it up? Look it up in the ratings table, comma, in the second column, and true approximate match or false exact match, and I hit enter. Meets expectations, 4 exceeds expectation, 2 needs improvement, and the likes. Okay, typically that. Then we also have satisfactory level, satisfactory ID, satisfaction level. Let's see the main sheet if there's anything like that. Satisfaction, nothing like satisfaction on the main sheet. So could still go back to one of these sheets, perhaps the level rating still, the average one can also use as the satisfactory level. Yeah, because it's a performance assessment. Oh, satisfactory level. So I'm seeing job satisfaction, relationship satisfaction. So who knows? Satisfactory level might just be okay. Environment satisfaction. So you might just need to use the average of these 3 satisfactions. Yeah, for your satisfaction level. So perhaps create another colon. Satisfactory satisfaction we call this average satisfaction, and then equal to average of these guys, and then you may want to round it so that our lookups will not have issues. Round to 0 decimal places. There we go. Then just saying it could be here, it could be at the end. We could now add the satisfaction level, or satisfactory level equal to x lookup average satisfaction, comma, satisfactory level, look it up here and return this, and there we go. Very satisfied, neutral, When you now finish, we still have our employee ID here. You can now map these levels to the master sheet, because in the end your dashboard should be from the master sheet, unless you're linking multiple sheets together. When do we look at this? So in Power Query, we'll be looking at linking multiple sheets together. So if I come here and I want to get these 2 satisfactory level and rating level, just come here, copy these 2 guys, Then equal to X lookup. I'll be looking up the employee ID since that is what is common, and come here, select employee ID here, comma. Remember, we're using our lookups. We use our lookups to get our data. First satisfactory level, and hit close, and it comes to our main sheet. So it looks up the employee ID and brings the corresponding values here, and then the rating level X lookup would look up our employee ID again and go for the rating level, close and hit enter. What did I miss? Okay, okay, I failed to. Yeah, I failed to put the employee ID here. So look up this employee ID, return the rating level of the corresponding employee ID. Oh boy, what have I done? There we go. Wow, so a lot of we have a lot of NAs not applicable. So why is that? Oh, this is so nice. So when you do your lookups and then you have NAs, it means that it did not find the corresponding lookup values like this employee codes in this sheet. So if I come manually, I copy one, come manually to look for it here, just to see if it is here. You find out that it's not existing. It's not here in this sheet we're looking up. So we had a discussion when we were talking about data cleaning, and this question would go to she's not around. I wanted to ask Blessing this question. She's not around. Blessing Dada. Yes. Okay. So Blessing Ashara. This question goes to you. So in a situation where we have not applicables, what do we do? They don't exist. That's like saying having blank data. Messi, is Blessing there?
No, she's not here, sir.
Okay. That's fine. So who can help? James, what do we do? Uh-uh. Nobody is here. Oh boy. Henry, help us out. So like I said, we'll be applying like the learnings we had been doing all this while, right, in this. So here we can add a function, we can add a formula.
If any.
Who said that?
Jeremiah.
Jeremiah. Oh, nice. Thank you. Good one. So a function if NA, that means if not applicable. There's a function called if NA. We can loop it into this. Say so if the outputs, if the result is not applicable, if NA, return value. Here you see value if NA. So if NA, we could return NA, not applicable. or we can literally put it as not applicable or no data and close. Remember, when you're putting texts, you would have to put it in double quotes. So using the function if na again, I would also put in quotes no data. You can put anything, you could put blank, you could put whatsoever passes the message across. So if we scroll down now, we would see no data for the non-existing data sets. Yeah. So if I select no data, so when you are doing your chart, no data means these people have not been appraised. So why haven't they been appraised? If you look critically, just something quickly I did, I filtered them, those that have not been appraised, and yeah, you find out that the years at the company, they have just been between 0 to 1 year at the company. So that makes a lot of sense. Most times appraisal comes after being at the company for about a year, thereabout, and all. You have that time. So less than 1 year, yeah. So you guys are data detectives. When you have transformed, this all what I've been doing now has been data preparation, which has to do with structuring your data for analysis. When you've now compiled all your data sets together and you're good to go, you've applied all the applicables from here, you've related them here, then you can carry on your analysis. Okay, you can now start with your pivot. So one way you can do, it's very important that you should read this document again. It can give you information, right? You can read about human resource analytics, but I don't even expect you to go so deep at this point, especially since it's not always related to, it may not be related to your point of interest. But I want to see how well you can, based on what we've been doing so far, extract information from learning. So this document, I posted it on the group on the write-up. I'll just drop this again, maybe if you want it in PDF format. Read through it and all. You could go online in YouTube and check for HR analytics, HR analytics dashboard, or check on Google. Right? It's gonna give you some insights on. You can Google what information can I get out of HR and the HR database, HR data. Yes, to give the information, right? So gender, and this sheet like really helped. It gives some information, things that you can get from it, potential use cases, attrition rate analysis, identify factors influencing employee turnover, that's resignation. We have a colon here that talks about attrition. So this tab, attrition, yes, no. So attrition, if it is yes, it means the staff has resigned. No, staff is still around. So you can calculate your attrition rate and figure out that this predictive modeling is pretty advanced in building a model to predict whether an employee might leave. Predictive analysis is just trends. It will take more than just, so we're doing more of exploratory data analysis here, not predictive modeling or predictive analysis. That's quite advanced. So dashboard creation, develop visual dashboards to track employee metrics. So that's what I want you to do. Figure out the insights, how many employees are present, how many employees have had resigned, the timelines. You can get the marital statuses, the job roles, the top earners based on salary. You want to know the top the department that pays the most, the educational level and the average salary for educational level, um, overtime, which people have the most overtime, um, the average duration of how long, what's the average length of time a staff stays at work. You can drill it down to per department, so we know which departments have the highest attrition rate. You can now compare with their salaries. Oh, I'm going so deep, sorry. So you don't even have to go so deep. I'm pretty much analytic in my head. Satisfactory level, that's this is performance analysis like what we did here. The rating. So we want to know the average staff that have satisfactory levels of good and all. Dissatisfied staff, how long have, oh God, I'm saying so much. In other words, I just want people to dig into this data in your unique way and extract as much information you want to, or you can get, create pivot tables and dashboards ultimately, right, from these data sets. Impress me. I know I had said this Saturday, but I'll move it to next Saturday so you have ample time to do your research and read about it. Yeah, Saturday, by next week, 25th. So that's what's up. Any questions, please? All these files have been shared on the WhatsApp group with you, all of them. I think I'll just drop the TP the yeah, PDF just now. So please, any questions from anybody? If you think you would not be able to do this, can you raise your hand or let me know if you think this is looking very complex? Just indicate somehow. Okay, I love my students. No complexity. All right, people, if there are no questions, I wish you well. On Thursday by 8 p.m. we would come connect and then, oh, would it be too soon? I think it will be too soon. I think it will be too soon to have review so far. So I'll just give people time. And or what do you think? Do we connect on Thursday? Today is Tuesday. I'm thinking give time to look into this data. Tomorrow is Wednesday, Thursday. So by Tuesday next week, we would have the next session where we would review this stuff. But then, as a matter of fact, what am I saying? We would have a session on Thursday. We'll have a session on Thursday where we would be learning something. I think some other aspects of analysis with Excel. So I'll give a practice and I'll add more assignments to you guys, real life problems, real life application of these data sets. And I promise you, like I say, if you're able to understand this and go around it, you are data proof. Like you would see data and you would relate with it like Akamu and Akara. Yeah. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Thursday we would have a class. Okay.